What's going on, everybody out there? This is Deshaun, aka YoSahop. However, it's going to be posted to YouTube, Instagram, whatever. I deleted my Facebook because it was just too distracting and dry at the same time. I want to let you guys to Mr. Genghis. He is a golden doodle and he has really nice hair. I decided to go ahead and record him today. I'm going to show you how to trim some nails, how to brush a dog out, and I'll do his face, but I don't recommend you guys doing the face, but you can watch me do it. So I'm just gonna basically just brush him out. I'm gonna do his feet, his paw pads under, shave those, do his feet. I'm gonna do a sanitary area under here, do his back sanitary, probably trim his tail, and then I'm gonna just shape him up a little bit so he'll look good for you guys. So I'll go for the recording. Recordings may go in and out, but we'll go from there. Let's go ahead. Goal is to have this done in about 30 minutes. I do see a little mat under here, but that's not going to be an issue. I'll be able to brush that out, and we'll go from there. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I have my headset on, so it's not straight to the camera or the phone. We can go from here. Something I recommend when you first starting out for the dog is you want to get a slicker brush, right? So you want to get you a slicker brush. That's the brush. It has these pen needles. This right here, this brush is a Miracle Coat brush. It has strong pen needles in them. And they can't cut a dog if you don't know what you're doing. So I recommend just going to like PetSmart or Petco and buying a slicker brush because those are more of a novice brush. But if you are actually a groomer, this is the perfect comb for you because it gets out mats and knotting real easy. We used to call it the magic brush when I worked at PetSmart. Alrighty, so start out brushing a dog anywhere you want to brush them at. But you want to make sure you want a dog to be as brushed out as possible because when you use your fine-tooth comb, okay, fine-tooth comb, you have spikes together very close and you have some spaced out. The spaced out is not what you want to use. You want to use the enclosed spikes. So when you have your comb, let's do it uncombed, right? So uncombed, it's not going through. And you can tell it irritates him, right? So I brush him out. Brush out his hair, just like this. I guess he don't want you guys to see him get his hair brushed out in the back. So he turned around to face me. That is a, what the heck are you doing, Sean? That's what it is. But people ask, how do you guys get the dogs to sit so well on the table? That's not the issue. The issue is controlling the dog. You gotta have full control. You gotta show them that you're the boss. But the comb under a fine tooth should go through there. I didn't brush that bottom area, that's why I didn't go through. But the comb should be able to go through just like this. If a comb can't go through like that, then a groomer's comb, when they put on their not the blades, but when we put on our guards, won't go through either. So now you see like the hair is a lot more fine now. So you want to brush that. And the brushing is not easy. It is very tedious. Like, oh, I can't brush them at home. They move around a lot. I suggest, I'm using a groomer's lead rope that hangs on. I got his head up as high as possible. There's still some slack in there. There's still some slack, but I got it up as high as possible so that I have full control for him. If it ever got too bad, I would use a groomer's helper to where I would lock his chest and his neck in to where he can't move at all. But Genghis is a pretty good dog, so he's not really an issue for me to have to use that. There may be a point to where I use it if I want him to keep steady for his face or something, because I want to make sure that looks as perfect as possible. But when you brush the dog out, you got to brush everything out. Yes, that includes the booty. The booty, yeah, he's neutered, so it's not hitting his little genital areas, but his booty and all that, everything has to be brushed out on a dog. You have to brush every single thing, right? So when you brush them out, you're getting the toes, even the toes, everything. You want to brush everything out when you're brushing the dog out. All the way through there. And not just one time, but you want to do multiple times. You can feel it, you'll know. Inside of the hock of the dog, you want to get everything. So This right here is the tuck of the dog. This is one of the most sensitive parts of a dog, so you want to be easy. I take my hand, push it under here flat. And you notice I'm not brushing that as hard as I would brush anything that holds a muscle to it. But this right here is being like all skin, easy to hurt a dog. So you want to be real easy when you're doing that. You're like, oh, how do I get under his arm? So let me show you. Control. You grab the arm and you brush it from there, right? You can see that he wanted to back up from me on that part. I didn't allow him to do that. So now I get the back of his leg, get everything, even through the paw pad. You want to get under the underarm, right? You get the forearm, his front paw. You want to get that. I try not to use human language for a dog. I almost said front foot, but let's say front paw for technical terms, right? And you get the top of the neck. So most of his left side is basically brushed out, right? And then I'm going to do spot checks with my comb to make sure that it's completely brushed out. And Genghis is being a really good dog here. He's looking at me, nervous. Most dogs, when they lick you, it's either they really like you, they're really nervous, or they want to bite you. And Genghis is not just demonstrating any of that demeanor. What Genghis is doing is he's letting me know that he is a friend, okay? And he treats me with respect as I treat him with respect. I just wanted to look good for the ladies, man. It's almost Valentine's Day. It is almost Valentine's Day. Hey, check me out. If you're on YouTube and you watch this on YouTube, hit me with a like and subscribe and comment on here. I do plan on making a video for how to, if you're a cheap dude, how to celebrate Valentine's Day with $50. It's very much possible. It's very much possible. You can do it, okay? You can do it. I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? We'll make that happen. I also plan on, in my videos, I plan on doing reviews on video games, shoes, independent shoe people, just reviews on movies that I've watched, old movies, new movies, it doesn't matter, maybe CD albums. I just listen to music. I don't care to critique it. It doesn't make sense to me to critique music. If you like something, you like it. It doesn't matter. My problem with people with music is that they have this fine art for what they feel other people should listen to. And I honestly think that you're a bogus person if you do have that mentality, because music is music and people like what they like, and that's just how it is. So, but overall, right now I'm brushing out the back of his tail right here. You guys can't see it, so let me go ahead and move Genghis over so I can show you, right? When I say you brush out everything, you have to brush everything out on a dog. Everything has to be brushed. Underneath, outside, he don't like it. The tail is probably a little bit more sensitive, just as sensitive as the undertuck for a dog. So you want to make sure that you still get it, because the comb has to go through everything. You can notice you're starting to not hear the rough sounds as much when I'm brushing him, because all the mats and everything that are under their body, and they hide, like even on the top, like you feel that it's not matted, but especially with a dog like this that is like a double breed, they have like two types of coats that can hold a mat under that you don't see. So, and your groomer will let you know, and they will charge you for a dematting fee. I always recommend that if you got a dog, just go ahead and get them shaved. They matted. It's okay. Their hair will go back. It will grow back. But to try and force a brush on a dog is hurting a dog. You don't want to force a brush on them. If you want to force a brush on a dog, brush your dog every single day. Don't miss no more than 5 days a week. You pay for a dog like this, you have to maintain a dog like this. If you don't want to brush them, you could do like this lawyer did that I had at PetSmart. He would come in at 7 a.m. every morning, and it cost $15 per 15 minutes to brush. And he would pay me almost $200 to brush his dog because it was a big old Great Pyrenees. And I brushed him too. I mean, the cost was that, but he gave me a nice little tip. So that was good. But overall, like, you know, you want to brush your dog every single day. This is where I found the mat at for Genghis. I found it under his chin. So I'm going to give that a little extra detail. as I brush it, but I want to make sure that I get this all fluffed out because I'm going to shape his head up. I don't know if I'm going to continue the video for that because I want to be very focused. If I do, I will be silent in the video, so there won't be anything background. If I can edit this in YouTube and put a sound on there, that'd be amazing. Or maybe I can speed up the video. That would be amazing too. But I don't know how much space my phone will allow me to record on that. So right now I'm going to just focus on the brushing part of it. And then we can go to some other technicalities of this thing. Oh, Genghis, man, what are you doing? He don't like this. He really don't like this. And I wouldn't like it either. You really got to brush all that stuff. And I'm not forcing this brush on him. I'm just picking at it a little bit. I don't want to force it. Force it. That'll hurt him, and you'll see him act up if that happens. If I was a dog, I'd act the fool too. I would act the fool too. I would act up if I were a dog and somebody was brushing me. There will be a point to where I give that some time to rest. Give it some time to rest, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move Genghis up a little bit more. These are critical parts. These are the parts right here of a dog people miss because they have on, and sometimes groomers might miss, a novice groomer might miss. You have this lead over the neck, and people miss this. Holding this on your dog the whole time, like having this on your dog the whole time while they're in between grooms and putting on clothes on a dog can lead to matting, okay? Yes, they look cute in them, but no, it's not good for their fur because it's matting their fur in the inside. So I recommend no clothes, unless you're just gonna put the clothes on and take a photo with them, but leaving the clothes on, it's not gonna matter. Hey, I also would like to remind you guys during the summertime, all of you guys that have pit bulls and Rottweilers and stuff like that, that you don't need to shave your dog, okay? Huskies and all that, you don't need to shave those dogs. Their hair is set for them to be able to withstand the heat. That is the point of it. Pomeranians, same thing. When you shave these dogs, when you shave them, even Goldens always come in for shave. We would always shave a Golden Retriever when they would come in. Goldens don't need to be shaved either. They just need maintenance. That's all it is, maintenance. I don't recommend shaving them because when their hair grows, it's gonna go back in patches and it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna, the dog's hair won't look good. It'll patch everywhere. So to be funny, I'm brushing Genghis everywhere between the eyes, on his face. It has to be brushed because these things mat up, okay? Also, right now it's January, it is cold. So we just went through the beginning of the winter months, through the holidays, November, December. Now we're in the early month of January. Take your dog in for a groom. You don't have to get a full haircut. They don't have to get shaved. That's why I went over that shaving part first. They don't have to be shaved, okay? They don't have to be shaved. All you have to do is take them in for maintenance. This is what Genghis is getting right now. He's getting what we call a full service groom, okay? He's getting this thing called a full service groom, or just a touch up, okay? His face, his feet, and his sanitary, I think I'm gonna do a little bit more for Genghis than I would do any other dog, specifically because he is related to me, not by dog and human ways, but just by family. So he'll get an extra touch when it comes to he always gets the extra stuff, man. I make sure Genghis is hooked up as much as possible, so he always get hooked up. He needs to look good. He's a representation dog for me. That's how it works. So ears, inside of ears, they have to be combed because they mat up. Okay, ears mat up. They will get shaved. They will get shaved if they're not combed. You have to comb everything. This is not, and if you notice, I think I've been online. Oh, he got a mat in his ear. I can eventually get that out though. I think I've been recording for almost 15 minutes and I've been brushing this dog. I think a lot of people at home brush their dog for about 5 minutes and they're done. This is a chore. This is not easy. I did give him a bath and I gave him a bath and I gave him a dry out. So I blow dried him out. That took me about maybe 30, 40 minutes, I think, for both of them. Normally it takes me longer to dry him, but Genghis is leaving his puppy stage, so it's making it a lot easier for me to be able to dry him now. So yeah, I want him to be as brushed out as possible. I'm not giving him a haircut again. So look, under the neck, that has to be brushed. That will mat up. This is where you have most of the issues. Dogs don't like this. You have to have the control. Don't be afraid. People see this and they're afraid to control the dog. You got to control it. He obviously see that he's being recorded, so he's going to turn around. Okay, I don't have his nose blocked or his mouth blocked. I'm just grabbing him by his mouth. I got full control over it. I'm using my forearm to hold his head in place so he can't move on me, and I want all control of him. That's how it works. Later in the stages of his lifetime of grooming, he will expect this to happen, and instead of me having to do that, he's just going to chill. He's just going to chill because he would expect that to happen, and he doesn't want it to happen. That's just what most dogs. So you have to get your dog groomed all the time. If you don't make that happen, they're going to be a nightmare for a groomer. And if you bring your dog to me and they act crazy, I won't groom them, or I will charge you out the butt. I promise you. I am not wasting my time. Okay, I do this as an art. I do have another job, and this is just some leisure stuff for me. I don't care to I don't care to go out and groom, but I do this as an art. I love it. I don't care to do it for money. That's not a goal for me. So if I'm looking for a money aspect of it, then I'm not grooming your dog if they're bad, or if they're super mad at, or if you're super picky. I'm not going through any of that. This is just an art for me. So overall, here go Genghis. He's brushed out. I'll probably give his mouth a little bit more attention when I start doing his face. I'm gonna go from there. All right. Part 2 coming.